In this list, we've got all the words ending in -able, so you might want to go through and highlight that. Now, you know that if a word, if you've got a multisyllabic word and you've got a stop consonant before the L at the end, you're going to add LE. So a stop consonant is a consonant that stops as soon as you say it. So like B, D, G, T, any of those. This is significant. It's close to 50,000 words to know whether you use an LE or an EL at the end of word, and it's very, very simple. So this is just dealing with the stop consonant. Now, the only reason that we put the E on the end is because of the English rule that every syllable must have a vowel. So because the vowel before the BLE sticks with that, we're breaking these into their syllables. We know that the consonant sticks to the LE and the vowel would be in the syllable before. So if it wasn't an E on the end, then you wouldn't have a vowel in that syllable. So you can go through and just break that into a final syllable if you want to. But the spelling rule card that goes with that is number 34. So go through too and just highlight anything else you can see, like the AU at the start of a word here, audible, the double S after a short vowel, the double R after a short vowel, double S, double C after a short vowel, your R-controlled vowels, ER, etc. That can all be highlighted to make the spelling easier for yourself. Now let's go through and look at what each of these words mean. Edible means able to be eaten. Sensible means done or chosen with wisdom, likely to be of benefit or practical and functional. Visible means able to be seen. Audible means able to be heard. Possible means able to be done or achieved. Horrible means shocking. It's an adjective, it means very unpleasant. Terrible is also an adjective, it means extremely bad or serious. Incredible is also an adjective and it means impossible or difficult to believe, extraordinary. Accessible means able to be reached or entered, and convertible means able to be changed. So when we add able to a base or root word, we're forming an adjective. It means able to be, suitable for being, or causing. When we add able to a root word, it's forming an adjective. So it can change the meaning to be able to be, suitable for being, or causing. So remember, if you have a stop consonant before an ul in the last syllable of a word, you're going to add LE. And the reason we add LE is because every syllable must have a vowel, so we simply add that E to the end. So when you're breaking these words into their syllables, remember that the consonant before the LE sticks with the LE. That will be where your split is. It's always sticking to the LE. Now, write the list word that describes something that is. So we've given you some hints here. Fill in the gap with a list word. Now, I've put a 2 here on the first and the last one because you could have 2 possible answers there. So if you've got an answer different to someone else in your group, that's highly possible. Write the root word of the following words. Now, edible's a bit tricky. It comes from the word eat, so don't be fooled on that one. Insert the correct list word in the first space and then complete the sentence. So if a comma's needed, we've put it in for you, and you have, when you finish off those sentences, try and make them as interesting as possible by using some strong adverbs or adjectives to match the content of your sentence. When we add LE to the end of these words with able, we're forming an adjective. So you know that if you have a stop consonant before an ul sound in the last syllable of a word, you're going to add LE, whereas if you have a continuing consonant, you'd add EL. So as example, stop consonants would be like B, D, T, G, all the ones that stop as soon as you say them. A continuing consonant means the consonants that continue when you say them. So etc. So that's close to 50,000 words if you can remember the LEEL rule. Now, if you have a fricative, which is a sound that is made with friction, so zzz, like puzzle, fricatives fall into the stop category, so you'd add LE to those ones. So do go through and highlight the IBLE, forming these words into adjectives in each of those words, and anything else that you can see that will help you spell them correctly. And then you've got to read them, cover them, write them, and check to make sure you spelt them correctly. Good time to practice your running writing. So then in this section we want you to change the adjectives into an adverb by adding ly. So add ly to make the adjectives into adverbs, then use them in sentences. So you're going to take visible to visibly. We've given you an example. Horrible to horribly. It all went horribly wrong. So you need to write a sentence using the adverb and make sure that the sentence actually makes sense. I've stuck the spelling rules card number 34 here if you want to refer to it today or in the future, and there's some tips and tricks cards 8, 17 and 18 which might also help you. Now in this section down here we want you to add or remove a prefix to make the antonym. So we want to make these words into their opposite. So just be careful about that, what you're going to have to do. We've put an alert here, so have a think about that. We've done quite a lot on when a root or base word starts with a P, how we have to do the prefix change rule for the prefix that needs to go before those words. Now research, you could use a dictionary, but what we want you to do is to write down 2 different meanings for each of these words, so incredible and sensible. And then while you've got the dictionary out, we want you to find 3 other words ending in ible. And if it's too hard to find in a dictionary, you could search on an iPad or something and just do a Google search on it. In this page, we're looking to whether you're adding ible or able to a base word. So work your way through here. You've got to just add the I or the A here. Now you may notice that quite a few of these words would normally, the base word would normally end in an E, but when we're adding the I or the A, we're not carrying that E through. If there's the E in agreeable, we need that E there, so you're going to add the ible or able after that. So write 8 other words that contain the suffix able on those lines. Underline the base word in the words below and use it in a sentence. So each sentence must include at least 1 adverb. So you're getting rid of the suffix there and just going back to that base word to write your sentence in. Now adverb groups or adverbial phrases. In an adverb group, in addition to the adverb, there is another word that refines the adverb. I went to the beach. So the adverb group or adverb group is fairly recently, and recently is the adverb there, the main adverb. So other examples: sang very softly, spoke most persuasively, danced quite gracefully. So we're describing giving more information to the went here, the verb went. Add an adverb group or adverbial phrase to these sentences and circle the adverb. So work your way through those. You could discuss them within your group if you're finding them a little bit tricky.